Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be checking out EckhartsLadder's dive into the incredibly screwed up world of Paw Patrol's movie, because apparently there's some shit going on, and I honestly can't believe they put this into a kid's video. No, I mean seriously, I don't believe this.
This is a tough one to make. People talk about devious messaging in content made for children. I think everyone remembers YouTube's Elsa Gate.
Oh, I could have gone without remembering that.
Millions of...
Why was that I don't eat it. And then, you know what? I get the stuff that's like, oh yeah, this is definitely meant for kids and not just pervy adults. But then what is, you know what? Why? Not that it existed, I already know and I don't like it, and frankly, it's incredibly fucked up. But why did you have to remind us of this, Eck? Oh God.
Innocent appearing videos were discovered to have
appearing
a more
my ass.
nefarious truth. I have found something even more disturbing in the content my children watch, which brings me to one central question. Who patrols the Paw Patrol? In fact, who...
Huh. A Watchmen quote. Nice.
Paw Patrol's the Paw Patrol, because in a film ostensibly showing the goodness of a group of dogs and their human master, I've discovered a dark political commentary more complex than that found in movies I usually talk about on this channel, like Revenge of the Sith. The basic...
I mean, that was a very simple, straightforward movie where nothing really happened politically. I mean, can you imagine if that was in any way a complex movie? Even if they did dumb it down a lot of things, but we're going to ignore that.
The plot of the film is that the Paw Patrol are traveling to the big city to stop the evil Mayor Humdinger. That's how a 5-year-old might describe the story to you. But what's the truth? Well, it's far more nefarious. And in reality, the Paw Patrol are indoctrinating the next generation of authoritarians. The first thing...
Okay, all joking aside, the animation's actually good on this? No, seriously, I was expecting really shit animation, but this is actually putting in a lot of work. You can see wear in there, just bits of dirt, which usually you ignore because when you do something 3D generated, you don't have that. There's good effects on fur. Why does this actually look like someone put a significant amount of skill into making this look good? You can even see the various effects in the material. This is literally just a marketing ploy for babies who will whine at their kids until they buy them toys, and they're actually putting effort into it. I know I mentioned all joking aside, but it needs to be said, this is actually surprising.
Are indoctrinating the next generation.
Still have no idea why I want to do it. And again, you have a giant toy that we're staring at.
Patrol movie, even the opening sequence.
I realized when I was a little kid this age, I would have loved every second about this.
With complete unfettered authority, an authority which does not appear to be deprived from law, rather through force, and they're more than happy to operate outside the existence of any democratic or legal system. Now, sure, on the surface, we see the rescue attempt of the crashed civilian.
Wait, so they're a group of people in a unique situation with different personalities who are outside of the law and acting on their own authority. Did they make Puppy A-Team? Which one's Mr. T?
Vehicle. It appears to be something good, but it hints at a darker side that we'll see exposed throughout this movie. And where things get really bad
You're here to
is
rescue
when the Paw
citizen.
Patrol
Do not
decide
resist.
to leave their town of Adventure Bay and travel to the much larger neighboring Adventure City. But the reason they travel there is truly chilling.
Something terrible has happened. Humdinger was just elected mayor. Humdinger?
The Paw Patrol receive a call from a narc in Adventure Bay who tells them that Mayor Humdinger has won the election to become mayor. Almost immediately, the Paw Patrol set out to overturn the democratically elected process.
Seriously? Come on, pups, pack your things. No city's too big, no pups too small.
When they're told of Mayor Humdinger's election, it's not revealed that there were some shady behind-the-scenes aspects of the election, or even that they'd done anything wrong. The Paw Patrol simply travel there to eliminate a political rival.
You know, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I actually assumed this was a joke. But he's kind of right. They're literally just saying, well, he won. We needed to fix that. I can't believe I'm going to say this because I haven't seen the original context. And that's the part I can't believe I'm saying, because I kind of think I need to watch it to get this. I don't know if he's joking or not. Maybe it says something in the comments. Where do you where your children are? Wait, I have children? I left my children at work. There is no time for fun where there can be money made, or made money. 10. Where children? They should be outside in the granary. God, I do where my children are. Okay, yeah, it's definitely done tongue-in-cheek, because he's more or less mocking the inflammatory style. Okay, I wasn't entirely sure there, because for a second I was kind of wondering. It was like, okay, no, he's mocking. This isn't actually as fucked up. Okay, I was kind of worried for a second, because this would be a lot less fun if this actually was fucked up.
Judicially outside the force of law on their own. This becomes even more haunting when we look at the actions of Mayor Humdinger, but upon arriving at Adventure Bay, we can see how deep the corruption goes. The Paw Patrol have taken over an entire block, rerouting traffic, installing their own infrastructure, and just generally creating a fortified stronghold in the middle of the city. How did they accomplish this?
Officially licensed Paw Patrol merchandise.
That's actually a line. That's actually a line. I'm sorry, that is both the most dickish and brilliant thing I've heard all day. Dickish because it's literally a line for the parents realizing this looks great, like I was wondering about before, because they gave them all of their money for officially licensed merchandise. And it's also funny because it's pointing out, yeah, this looks great because you literally gave us all our money. It's like that shared trauma laughter at that point. Oh, God. Schrodinger's Paw Patrol, apparently.
This stuff sells like hotcakes.
Is it horrible or good?
We already
Find
knew
out.
the Paw Patrol operates outside of the law, but now we know how. Money. The Paw Patrol is using their incredible global network of influence to move the levers of power. And as we'll see, I think it quite likely that the Paw Patrol and its various syndicates have similar fortifications ready in major cities across the globe where they can shape policy in a way that they seem fit.
Puppy power.
In Adventure Bay, we know the Paw Patrol are trying to take down Mayor Humdinger. They've started a witch hunt against a political rival, with the express goal being to depose the new mayor. And you have to wonder why. Well, there's a lot. Mayor Humdinger shows virtues which I'm not surprised the Paw Patrol stand against. For one, he seems to be a staunch environmentalist. Not only has he invested in new mass transit options, but he's also focused on increasing density within the city. While not a populist, he also seems to care about the welfare and interests of the civilians, as we see when he tries to create the best and most interesting fireworks show.
Yeah, I haven't even seen it, but even now I can tell he's definitely having his fun with this one, intentionally misreading it. Okay, yeah, I haven't seen it, don't need to. Just with how he's doing it, you could tell that this is completely misrepresenting the facts, but it's being done in a way that should highlight that this is what misrepresenting the facts looks like. Huh. I thought this was just having the piss out of something for fun, but I think Eck is actually showing a good video of why critical thinking works, because he's intentionally fucking around with something. There's a lot of comments here about people not getting it, huh? Like, better than film theory that Matt had ever dreamed of. I actually haven't watched this channel. I don't actually know what his sounds like. Amazing how Ryder uses the pups' PTSD to control them. Woke up this morning and I didn't think I'd be listening to Eck talk about totalitarian dogs in a kids film, but I'm here for it. If you look closely, the mayor is saving cats. Cats are considered independent, while dogs are considered obedient. Sorry, I know that's a stereotype, but every cat I've ever had, they are very much little dogs. But I've had a lot of weird cats. It's not normal, I realize. It just seems weird to say, oh yeah, independent cats. And then I'm thinking about Wilbur and Hootie. Yeah, they was named Hootie and the Blowfish as a kitty. It was weird. And it's kind of funny to me. No.
Possible. The Paw Patrol, on the other hand, well, they have one big vehicle, but they always roll out in 5 or 6 smaller cars. No surprise that they're anti-environmentalist. Not only that, but they routinely break the laws and rules of Adventure City. You can
See, just listen to how he said that. The emphasis he puts on there. Well, they routinely.
Not only that, but they routinely break the laws. And
he almost broke character when he said routinely. He's just suppressing a bit of humor because you can see what he's doing. It's not even just that he's showing misreading. It's that he's intentionally going for one point, and I'm going to say something completely insane to make my point of why this is bad. But then he's going at about the most, I wouldn't even say obvious, because apparently I didn't even realize myself and I'm an idiot, but that makes sense because, again, I'm an idiot. He's actually using this to show what a piece like this in reality would look like. There's actually a literary comparison I can make. There's a style of information writing where you write satire pieces, sometimes funny when done right, and oftentimes done serious when done like 1984, which technically would be one of these to show all the problems with someone, but you're writing about an absolutely crazy situation, a la Animal Farm. George Orwell was writing about how he hated the Soviet Union and when they were his giant middle finger to Stalin telling him to go F himself. He wrote books that were crazy and pointed out all the hypocrisy. And it's like, hey, Siri, here's all the problems wrong with Stalin, but I'm not going to say it's Stalin. He's showing us what this looks like when done from a disingenuous way. And by him, this time I mean Eckhart instead of Orwell. Because he's taking something that's absolutely ridiculous and saying, hey, here's all my issues that I want to point out, but I'm going to claim that they have a reason by pointing out to this thing that you should be afraid of. It's so ridiculous, you can tell he's actually talking about the opposite.
And rules of Adventure City, you can see during this chase, for example, that they solely
Orwell's
operate
Paw
in their
Patrol.
own best interest, which is a stark comparison to the Mayor Humdinger, who was already wealthy going into the
1980
job,
Paw.
so he must just be in the big city to help. There's also a more disturbing fact. The mayor has cats, and I'm going to guess
Truly,
that the
everyone who has
actions
cats is
of
a
the
monster.
Paw Patrol are largely
I know what I
rooted
said.
in ailorophobia and speciesism. What's interesting is that we see the Paw Patrol's use of force and coercion
I just realized he doesn't look like
expands
Willy Wonka.
beyond just direct action. They have plans within the community attempting to sway community sentiment and have even partnered with members of the media to paint Humdinger and presumably their other political opponents as, if not evil, at the very least bad. But still, direct action is the most prominent way they cement their status outside the legal system. The scene of the Paw Patrol rolling their weapons of war out of their citadel in the middle of a public place is truly chilling. The Paw Patrol's crimes expand beyond their relationship with
They probably sold so many toys. Because I don't know anything about this. I'm just thinking, ooh, giant robot. Yeah, I know. I have a 5-year-old's mind, and apparently it's a problem right now.
the community and continue inward. In the Paw Patrol film, we see that individual members of the Paw Patrol may themselves be victim of the disgusting system in which they've been trapped. Chase, for example, was kidnapped as a puppy, taken away from his home, and made into an indentured servant, likely before his first birthday. Ryder, the leader of the Paw Patrol, states that when he rescued quote-unquote Chase, he didn't do so because he was scared, he did so because he saw the potential for exploitation. On other occasions, we see that they take advantage of vulnerable members within the community, those who don't have anything else going for them. Going back to Chase, however, we also see in this film that he suffers from severe PTSD related to his kidnapping as a puppy, and the way he's dealt with.
Wait, what does he mean as a puppy? That is still a pup.
By the Paw Patrol is
He's just a
truly
slightly bigger
cruel.
puppy.
And I've got very little sympathy for Chase as someone who's helping to perpetuate the Paw Patrol's crimes, but the way he's treated, thrown to the side, even on one occasion locked up, it's hard to watch, it really is. We also see that even one of the, I won't say redeemable, but on its surface positive aspects of the Paw Patrol, the fact that sometimes alongside toppling governments, they help out during disasters by skirting rules and regulations, isn't all it's cracked up to be. For one, they clearly don't care about the safety of the Paw Patrol's members and certainly not the public. On one occasion, Chase rescues a human by pulling him off a truck, but he doesn't snap a safety line up, he just holds on to him, which is...
I mean, technically he does actually have the guy wearing a safety line attached to him. It's just weird because the line is slack. So he's actually holding on to the guy with his paws in this animation. It's a weird detail, but considering they actually made a point to have the slack line in there, it's incredibly weird.
remarkable because puppies don't even have thumbs. At the end of the movie, the Paw Patrol
Magic
are trying
hands.
to take down a weather device, which is apparently causing massive storms due to the amount of moisture it sucked up. Their solution to this is to blow up the device.
Wait, it caused storms because it sucked up moisture? What? No. That's literally the exact opposite. When things are extremely moist, then there's more likely to be storms because there's more material in the air to work with. More molecules of water to bond with dust to make clouds. More clouds to cause friction for lightning. No! Having less moisture doesn't... I'm literally getting annoyed at the science behind a movie for kids. I'm just going to assume I'm wrong and maybe they know something I don't because that's easier for me to believe. Also because it's me, so it also makes it easier to believe. I'm not sure which would be more disappointing. People calling me out on misjudging science or people telling me I had a point. And no, actually, no, it's definitely the second one. If I'm right about this, I'm very disappointed in myself.
That's just stupid. The device has already sucked up all the moisture. If you blow it up, the disaster, which is slowly happening, is just going to happen very quickly. So not only are they evil, the Paw Patrol is also incompetent. They're called puppies in the movie, so I'm just going to say the Paw Patrol are the child soldiers of tyranny, and their attempt to topple the legitimate government of Mayor Humdinger for purely personal and political reasons
Sorry,
is
this is
not
just
something
getting sillier
I want
every
my
time.
children exposed to. Rumors are the Paw Patrol have already started erecting a new tower in Washington and are prepared to help topple the government during the next presidential inauguration of January 20, 2025. But that's all I've got for you today. Let me know your thoughts down below.
God. Ugh. So I just remember what kind of piece he's making satire of. It's moral panic literature. There's an entire brand and entire framework of content where you're basically getting people mad because this is offensive because of what they're saying. It's outrage pieces. And he's making fun of it by taking something that is not offensive in the slightest, it is out of its way, just cutesy and for children and inoffensive and literally nothing that anyone should ever think about too seriously. And honestly, I just fell into that own trap myself because I thought about it too seriously and then felt like an idiot, as opposed to normally where I didn't think too seriously and just knew I was an idiot. And he's doing that right here. And it's done incredibly well in a funny way because it's just matching the style and tone of that kind of moral outrage piece perfectly. It's like, see, here's why it's evil and horrible by all these reasons we cherry picked. This is actually a public service announcement for all I'm considering at this point. The best part is, though, I did check out the comments before, and yeah, there were actually a lot fewer people thinking that this is serious than I thought, and a lot more who really thought this was serious. Yeah. The big divine line for me was X's own comment of, where you are children, yes. Like, am I misreading that? No, it's intentionally misstated. It's him having a laugh. But it's also showing something that a lot of people don't pick up on. Here's the agenda. I'm making fun of someone using the agenda. The agenda doesn't matter at this point. He's just making as many outrageous, outlandish claims that are completely unsupported by the evidence, but saying that this evidence is what supports my conclusion. It's picking evidence to suit the conclusion and just making it fit even if it doesn't. You see that a lot everywhere. It's not uncommon anywhere, unfortunately. But I just like this because he's extremely good at showing this. And considering his channel is usually highly factual, I just like seeing someone who's doing this, shifting their priority a bit. It's just fun. I binge watch his channel for a lot of Star Wars content. It's a problem. I have been late on my own videos a few times because of his stuff. Yeah. I mean, I'm not like only making this vid because it was like, okay, I have to record something today. And I could do what I wanted to do, or I could watch the EckhartsLadder video and then say it was work because it definitely was. But if I did that, I would have no regrets because this was funny as hell. I stand by my decision. Basically, what I'm saying is you guys know my deal. There's a link below to the original video. Hit it up. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let Eck know that he's awesome. And this is really funny. He should do more of these kind of over-the-top, crazy, sarcastic pieces. because there's always that little moment of, wait, is he serious? Followed by his presentation going even crazier as he gets there and obviously misrepresenting things. And so help me if someone does tell me that, no, it's actually exactly what he said. I won't believe you because it's the internet. Joking aside, you guys know the deal. Hit it up. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.